That's right. I'm doing this game yet again. I do apologize about last time and all the inactivity. I really do. However, I've been dealing with stuff in real life, like basically personal problems, so I'm not going to go into detail, since that would basically be a waste of time. And some of you might not understand some of what I'd be talking about if I were to do that, so. Anyway. Yeah, now to sit through the area that I started last time. Don't worry, we'll get through it. Okay, I'm used to interacting with the X button all over again. Okay. Pressing the square button. And apparently chose to lag. What do you know, I'm actually on time for once. Which is good.
Slow down! It's dangerous in here! Ingredients don't stay fresh for long.
Alright, since we're actually gonna get this done, I don't have time for other stuff. I still have yet to do the daily commissions. I'll get them all done. One way or the other.
We need to get going before they expire. Yeesh.
Okay.
She's quite the fighter. Seems foraging for ingredients takes more than just luck.
What the? This is...
Nice and spicy.
I don't know if it's just game doing that, or if it's just whatever going on. I don't understand why that one door to get into this section. Okay. That.
Out of the frying pan, into the fire.
And then, now that but you know, at least I'm getting stuff done. And that'd be the best way of doing things, but
As a dutiful maid would.
at least I'm getting stuff done. It's all good. And obviously, as time goes on, I'll be changing up my party, but you know, you'll see. But I just okay, that was actually an easy kill.
Prepare to be blown away.
On that. Time to get rid of it. Just enough to control over here. Yay! Okay, I'm not sure how the heck that chose not to die.
No one escapes my sights.
There you go. There you go. That's easy. No? There. I can actually loot stuff in peace. Okay. I'm just making sure I'm not missing anything. Gotta be as thorough as possible. Honestly, if I miss anything, I miss something, so I can't necessarily complain.
Race you.
I just need to be thorough. Despite the fact that there's most likely nothing much around. But you never know. You can find something that you least expect lying around. And at the end of the day, it's just loot that needs to be dealt with. Rid of things. For once, there's nothing I need to worry about. Not only that, but I was actually on time for starting this live stream. Which is totally unexpected. Yeah, but, you know, that's something you can expect. All the time. And then, of course, there's always the fact that you can always lose track of time even though you want to get to something on time.
Windblade!
See the...
Yikes!
Worry about-
Look
worry
over
about-
there! The icicles up ahead are falling! Let's be careful not to get hit. It will definitely hurt.
And... It's also the
Prepare to be
that
blown away.
the crazy things can happen at the most random times. That's not how I planned it, but whatever. Or that's won't work. More likely than not than say. And then you just have to worry about what you have to worry about. If not, you're late. Totally depends on you, honestly. No matter what the cause. You're focused on something, you're focused on something. That's most likely something you can't really help either. So either way,
This must
something
be
can
it!
happen.
Oh, it's huge!
Okay, I'm gonna have to fix my
This is
head
perfect!
after
Come to
this.
me, my little treasure! Whoa! My ingredients are attacking me!
Okay.
Help me put him in his place! Be gone!
Okay, that worked out.
Got myself a gradual sign, cook it up at dinner time. Even better if it's paired with a bit of swine. Your version just ruins it. Wait, there's something else here too.
Obviously, the only reason why I'd be silent is so that way you can listen to the dialogue. If I talk over it, I do apologize in advance for that.
This must be the boar that Hunter was chasing. But Paimon's never seen one with this pattern before. Where have I seen this before? Aha! It was in the Historia Naturalis of Liyue. This pattern is unmistakable. It belongs to a breed of boar that went extinct 300 years ago. Wow! How is this one still alive after so long? Could be. I read that this boar was hunted to extinction because its meat was so highly prized. Condensate of jumbo cryo slime and extinct boar? Not one but two priceless treasures! Right! Now let's get back to Springvale!
Alright, we finally got this part down. So we're technically near the last bit of this story quest. And because of the new update that actually it came out recently, we have like an in-game event going on, so you know that's always a good thing. It's useful, especially when you need in-game currency for everything. Never know when you're gonna need that. Plus, the rewards for the in-game events could be handy. You never know when you're gonna need that type of information. It's like you really need to know that stuff. So, you know, not saying it's gonna be the best stuff, but you know, what's there is there, and there's nothing you can do. So it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah! Be gone!
And plus, it's not really easy for me to do multitasking that much. I don't really do it as much when I'm live streaming. I do it when I'm not live streaming over anything else. This is something that I have yet to adjust to. And that can't really be helped either. But either way, at least I'm getting something done for my online stuff. And to say the least, I don't need to worry about much in the real world, so you know, it gives me something to do.
Let it rain!
Okay, so how Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay. At least I know for a fact that it's something I can keep in mind for next time. I like playing video games way too much, so, you know. Like, there was this one Star Wars game that's for the original Xbox I would play it all the time. Little did I know I had memorized it all at the end of beating the game. It took me years to beat that Star Wars game. But then, again, that was around... I was like a very young at the point. I wasn't even in my teenage years at the time, so, you know. I was about to give out real life information, but I got that. Before I could even do anything about that. Being slipped, so that's obviously good. Especially since it's not a good idea to give out real life information online. If you give out real life information, it's all your fault, basically. Especially when it relates to you. You just never know when you're gonna make that mistake.
Steady up, as a good knight should.
So yeah, at least I managed to change. That's fine with everything, which is all good. It's just all good. But then of course you just have crazy shenanigans happening. You know, it's like one moment you're just doing your own thing, and the next thing you know, it's just crazy shenanigans. You never really know these days. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do something with my life, but the next thing you know, there's this crazy thing that's right there, interfering with that plan or whatever you're doing. So, you know, that's all good. But, you know, not only do I play video games for fun, I also play them to escape from reality at times. It's always good to do that, especially when you have loads of stress. And I don't have lots of stress, at least not that I'd show, but I wouldn't show that type of stuff unless I really had to, but, you know, I just do what I have to make sure I'm not needing to be stressed. I just keep track on that on a day-to-day basis, and it actually works out quite well. My plans may not go as good as I'd like them to at times, but you know, it doesn't mean I can't make the best out of that stuff. And you know, if that happens to you, just understand that people that you know online will actually wait for you, no matter what the cause. Even if they just ignore you for a while, just to make up for it, or whatever. You know, just for them to cool down. You have to do that. Okay, as soon as I said you have to do that, that question popped up. That you just plopped in. That was kind of perfect timing, when you think about that. Oh well. Not the end of the world. Though it's quite interesting. That sort of thing happens. Normally, everything isn't so perfectly timed for me. Time to get rid of this. To say the least. Okay, that's this loot may people away from doing special attacks depending on what move you're doing, but no, at least you can still loot everything out here. There's no such thing as destroyable loot, unless of course you're destroying it yourself by opening up your inventory tab. Everything works out though. Everything works out in the end. So no matter what I do, everything seems to work out in the end. Not saying it happens all the time, but you know, it's all good. And, you know, it's actually a good thing. When you think about it. Like, as long as you're worrying about your stress when you have to, and you're also trying to keep yourself calm at the same time, it's actually really good. It makes people want to be around you a little more, in some sense. Depending on the person, of course, but, you know, that's just how it is. There's nothing you can do about that. I'm clearly enjoying myself with all this, so that's good. And, you know, if you can't deal with your stress, then I don't know what to tell you. Just deal with it the best you can, I'd say. At least in my opinion, that'd be the best bet. Well, you know what I mean, I'm sure.
Are you sure this is Springvale?
Yes, for the millionth time, yes. But I don't know any of the people you're looking for.
That is not possible. They all live in Springvale. They are my neighbors and friends.
This is strange. What is going on?
What is it? What? Can humans really live that long? Does that really make sense? Oh, like the way that you keep food fresh.
Still, it's hard to believe.
But it doesn't seem like there's any other sensible explanation.
Okay, so what's
Olaf.
Olaf? Oh, I'm sure I've seen that on my family tree. I can't remember which generation it was from, but it was definitely on there.
So, a great-great-great-great-grandfather, but with a whole lot more greats? What an unusual turn of events. Reunited at long last. Isn't that just amazing? Olaf, do you want to come and watch a cooking competition?
Ah, yes, that reminds me. Brooke told me about the competition, and I've set everything up at the venue. You should come with me.
Alright, time to finish this main story quest. Now, depending on the situation, I'll most likely be concentrating, so, you know, concentration is quite important. I can't just multitask all the time, you know? There's always so much you can do about that. Oh, okay, I'm used to interacting with the X button.
We're ready to cook! Are you?
I was born ready. Oh, and Sigfria will be my assistant for the competition.
Then let the cooking commence. I will be your judge today. And don't worry, I may have known Brooke for longer, but I will remain entirely impartial.
Much appreciated. Well then, Traveler, Paimon, prepare! Wait, we're taking part in this too? Of course! If Brooke has an assistant, you guys will have to be mine. I'll need you by my side when the going gets tough. Paimon doesn't remember applying for that job. Okay, Paimon will do it for the sake of the food.
Since I'm so used to interacting with the X button, I might just have to switch the controls up on that at some point. Just to be on the safe side.
Our first problem is ingredients. We need something special to dress up the steak, but I don't have anything suitable here. I've got it! Radish is what we need. Mashed or grated, it'll add a touch of freshness. And we can carve little flowers out of it as a garnish. 2 birds, 1 stone. Go find me a radish. There should be some in the area. Oh, and make sure you wash it because it's going straight into the dish. Come on, let's wash the radish in the lake. close to the venue. What if they stir up trouble during the competition? I don't think we should risk it. Go get them! Wowie! Big and luscious! It's perfect! Thanks, you guys! Now, how about... Xiangling, look out! The pan's on fire! Oh no! It's gonna burn! It's gonna burn! It's gonna burn! Get the fire under control! Without using water, though, or this dish is a goner! Bring the fire down! It's gonna burn to a crisp!
Over here, so what's that? Okay. This is the annoying thing. You want to loot something, it highlights the other thing.
Cool it! Dodge this!
That's the quick way of doing that.
Ugh, this is practically charcoal now. Oh, I'm gonna have to start from scratch. Also, I'm thinking our main is a little weak. We need to mix it up a bit. Make me a mushroom chicken skewer. And make sure it's got that ooh la la on the outside. Then hits you with a cha-ching in the middle. Just make it taste friggin' awesome!
Okay, let's get these recipes out of the way. There we go. That's good.
You're a natural! The meat is on track, but we're aiming for perfection here, and I just think it lacks a certain... A certain what? A certain... Boom shakalaka! Yes, definitely needs some boom shakalaka! Or perhaps a little shakalaka boom pow! I just mean it would be a waste of such amazing ingredients to just serve this as is. Let me see. What would be ideal is some kind of regional specialty. Regional specialty? Yes, something that's native to this area but isn't often used in cooking. I don't care if it flies, crawls, or bounces. Even insects I can work with. Interesting choice. I'm sure I can make something of it. All right, then. Thanks, you guys. Now show me what you got. Do you really want to add that? It's a little... odd. It'll be fine. This was an excellent find, guys. Now, if you'll excuse me, Chef Xiangling needs to concentrate. But I'll be sure to annoy you again if I need anything else. It looks like Xiangling's main dish is almost done. Let's go and see. I almost forgot. Side dish. We need a side dish. Are you sure it's no trouble? Here, take this. I just scrolled it down at the last minute. And here are all the ingredients you need. Is this the recipe for that snack you gave us earlier? Yes, with some minor improvements so it uses up the leftover ingredients from Liyue. This is so complicated. How are we supposed to cook this with no experience? The technique doesn't matter. What matters is that you do it with passion. That's what my father taught me. And you must be passionate about cooking if you've helped me this much already. I trust you guys. I know you'll nail this side dish. confident. I like it. Come on, this is the final push.
Alright, we're nearly done with this. That's on this story goes.
They're so fragrant I could smell them coming a mile away. We're all set, and now to serve the meal. This competition is ours.
This was a fine feast. I have dined today like I have never dined before. Both chefs' dishes today were nothing short of exceptional. They were true masterpieces. And that is what makes this an extremely difficult decision. But this is a competition, and there can only be one winner. And that winner is Xiangling.
Whoopee! I win!
I thought I was sure to win with pork chops so fresh they were practically still grunting. But it turns out that's still no match for the taste of extinct boar.
Excuse me? Did you say this was cooked from extinct boar?
Yep, every last bit.
My goodness. A single mouthful must be worth 100,000 mora. The amount you'd make if you sold this could support every hunter in town for years to come.
The main thing is that you enjoyed eating it. I don't care about the mora. Anyway, now our judge has given his verdict. It's time for everyone else to eat too. I made plenty. Meanwhile, I want to try Brooke's dish.
This is absolutely delicious. I'll admit it, I was beaten by the best.
Losing is no fun, but it was worth it for the chance to eat such superb cooking. Please, Xiangling, I want some more. This is gorgeous too! Such a perfectly layered texture. Were it not for that exquisite boar and excellent side dish, it's hard to say if I still would have won. Paimon's turn to eat!
I will have a taste too. Oh my. This is the taste of Springvale. Or rather, it used to be. This is the last time I will be able to taste the food of my era.
Hey now, cheer up. If you like the taste, I can always make you some more.
Really? But the boar, it's extinct.
The boar may be, but the taste isn't. I can simply recreate it using different ingredients. Putting a smile on customers' faces is what we chefs are called to do.
Thank you.
A good time was had by all, but everyone's gone now. Let's go and say goodbye to Xiangling.
Alright, this is basically the last thing to do for the story quest, and then I can move on.
Thanks, you guys. Without your help, I don't know how it would have gone today. And without you, Paimon wouldn't have gotten to try so many new tasty snacks. Also wouldn't have gotten so full. Not sure. I'll probably start heading back to Liyue, but I might change my plan on the way. I don't like to plan things too thoroughly. Who knows? Maybe you'll bump into me out in the wild again. Must be nice to be so carefree. You are a gifted chef. You made an amazing batch of jade parcels. Come and visit me at the Wanmin restaurant sometime. I did promise I'd cook for you. And if you want, I'll teach you how to cook some of my latest inventions too. It's a deal. See you again soon.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for your pop-ups to disappear and then I can move on to the next set of stuff to do. In case need be. Okay, that's actually one of the good swords to use. That's good. Notice that sword could definitely come in handy at some point. You never know. It's gonna be that type of case. Okay. I'll deal with the closest one first, and then we'll go from there. Okay, this probably wasn't the closest side quest, but it's close enough. So, that's fine. As long as that's the case, I'm sure I'll manage to continue on with everything, so, you know, as long as I get stuff done in the game, I think I'll be fine, and then, you know, I'm not really sure what to do in Minecraft for tomorrow's live stream. I really have no idea whatsoever what I'm going to be doing. So, you know, that everything will be interesting. As long as I don't have to worry about my personal problems. Cool it. So, you know, everything will be fine as long as that's the case. This. Yeah, one of the things I noticed about the Genshin Impact app that I have on my phone is that it doesn't have information whether or not the PlayStation exclusive sword, which is the one that's being used right now, is one of the best swords in the game. But I would say it's a decent sword. Like, if you don't have the one sword from that event that happened during winter break, then, you know, you at least have something that's close second to best for it, so, you know, that's saying something. Obviously, the sword that came from the event I mentioned is known as the Festering Desire, which is one I never ended up getting, because I didn't have the right party at the time. There's ever a next time, and that sword is up for grabs, so I'll take the chance. At some point. Everything will be fine without it, though. I've been managing to hold out without any event weapons, so even if I don't get an event weapon, like, at all, it's all good. Because I'll find a way to manage without that sort of stuff. And when you think about it, that's a-okay. Since it's least of my worries. And, you know, sometimes the event swords would be worse than the base game stuff, so, you know, there's no guarantee that the event swords that you get are going to be great.
Please see to it that Godwin gets home soon and safe.
Now, there's obviously going to be loads of stuff I've planned for gameplays, but once I'm done with the Genshin Impact content, at least for the main stuff, I really wouldn't know what else to really do, so if I worry about the main stuff and nothing else, then, I'd have to change up the video game I'd be doing on Fridays. I don't make any guarantee it's gonna work out in the end, but you never know. Enough for the fact that the summertime I'll have a variety of content being plopped in from time to time, so, that'll be that. And I'll still have to worry about my YouTube schedule as well, so I have lots of stuff to worry about when it comes to that. When it comes to having multiple online schedules, it's really hard to get everything planned out as good as I have it, so, I'm not saying it's the greatest thing to worry about, but, it gives me something to do. Otherwise, I'm just being bored. Like, a lot of the time. Not the vast majority. It's really hard to say. Like, I feel bored at random. Kind of the common thing that happens. So, it's not too bad. I'll still find a way to manage somehow. So, won't be much of an issue.
Go, Barret Bunny!
And then, of course, you obviously still have to worry about your real life things too. You can't just be online all the time, but since I know how I am when it comes to that sort of thing, I don't really worry about real life stuff that much, but I should. Maybe at some point I'll have to take my own advice to heart. You never know. It's hard to predict things like that. But it's not totally a bad thing. It's just something that can be annoying to deal with a lot. So,
Prepare to be blown away!
That's basically that.
Windblade! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
That effectable since I'm actually close by. That's the thing about video games, it always gives you something else to do while you're on your way to like a main quest or even a side quest, so it keeps things interesting for a while. It's not just one straight trip from like one location to another and then back again. Like, yes, there are video games that make you go back and forth a lot, but that's how those video games are. Although I do enjoy video games that don't force you to do the main story when you have side quests you want to do. Like, when there's a side quest you want to do, there's a side quest you want to do. There's nothing you can do about that. And yet some video games make you do the storyline first before you can even go into the area where the side quest is at. So, that's something that has just improved over the years. That hasn't really improved. Which is something I can definitely complain about, since I enjoy just taking my time through the game. It's just something that's a good thing. So there's really nothing you can do about that.
Windblade!
But either way, it just depends on the video game you're trying to play, too. Like, I think some video games will force you to do some side quests first, or it'll force you to do a main story quest first. It depends. I'm sure there's video games that are kind of randomized on that sort of stuff. Or even some that alternate. But yes. Even if I'm wrong, it doesn't mean I can't just deny the possibility. Since there's no way I should deny that type of possibility from happening. You know? And at the end of the day, everything's the way it is for a reason, so, you know, even if you have the right to complain about something, it doesn't mean it's gonna change. But then again, that would depend on what it would be 100% of the time. Like, everything just changes for a reason. Even if the reasons are unknown, you still have to deal with it. Also, you know.
No one escapes my sight!
There's really nothing you can do about that. You know. However, when it comes to thinking about eating food and playing video games at the same time, it's definitely something you have to worry about quite a lot, depending on what you're trying to do. Since there are those people that like to stay up late, if not all night, just to play a video game, they'd have to worry about their hydration, their hunger, their energy levels, everything. They must definitely have to worry about whether or not there's going to be bad weather. There's just a lot to put into consideration before doing anything with your life. Like, you have to plan out what things you're going to do, and then you have to somewhat worry about what good things are going to happen, what bad things are going to happen. So, no matter what the case, you still have to worry about everything else, even if you need to vent by just talking to people online. It's not going to hurt you to do that. Unless, of course, you don't know who the person you're talking to is. Then it could be a problem, because then it'll be like, why are you messaging me? You haven't had that type of problem, but, you know, sometimes there are just those people that message me, and it's like, I didn't even ask. But then again, you know, some people just want to chat with you, and some people just want to use you as something that they can just play around with. Even if it is the feelings of a person's heart. Which is literally not okay. I don't approve of people doing that. It's just something I cannot approve on. Like, if you're just hurting someone's feelings for no reason, then you have literally got to get some help. If that's the case. Whether or not you'll take it into consideration is all up to you. No matter what the case. It's like deciding whether or not you want to win the lottery in some sense, depending how you look at that. But it's not like you're gonna win the lottery every time, but still. It just depends on what's what. Luck is mostly put into loads of stuff. No matter what the case. Like, sometimes can just have the most worst luck there is, and some extent of the day, like there's nothing happening. It could even be the other way around too. You really never know. Sometimes people with good luck end up having the bad luck, honestly. It's happened with many people in the past. When you think about that. And it doesn't hurt to admit the truth on that one.
Bet you can't keep up. Prepare to be blown away.
I feel like I've exhausted a little bit of conversation, but you know, there's not much I can do about that either. Maybe I should write down topics somewhat to talk about so I don't need to worry as much. I should honestly do that at some point so that I don't need to be too concerned on the content as badly. Who knows? It could change. It could change.
Time to clean up.
Although there's lots of things that video games can definitely teach you. Like how to solve puzzles, how to improve your thinking skills, anything. And other than that too, honestly. Yeah, people say video games aren't that educational, but I believe that to be wrong. At least when it comes to that opinion. People can have their opinion on my opinion, it's totally fine. As long as they're not trying to go overboard with that. You know, it's not gonna hurt. To worry about that from time to time. Even if your opinion is wrong, it's not like it's gonna matter. I mean, it's your opinion. You can basically have opinions on whatever you want and not really care. At least you can have something to talk about at times when it comes to your opinions. Maybe I should just write down some of my opinions, and I can just talk about that for literally no reason. And it gives me something to do other than focus 100% of the time, so I'll be able to complain. And even if I really wanted to complain, I really wouldn't bother, since I'd be wasting my time complaining over nothing.
Oh, so sorry.
Let it rain. Windblade.
I'm just trying to make sure my jaw isn't too much in pain, because if I talk too much, I'm just gonna let my mouth be in pain for a while. So, you know, that's sort of what's going on right now. So, you know, I have every right to stay silent when I need to. Plus, it gives me time to think in silence. Now, obviously, once I'm done with this live stream, I'm gonna be uploading what I can of this live stream to my Twitch archive YouTube channel, and then the thing will go from there. And then, of course, I have to worry about making an actual video. So, you know, I'm quite busy 3 days a week, even though 2 of the days are basically weekends. But, you know, regardless of that, you know, I just don't really have much else to really do 100% of the time. At least not much. I do have a lot to worry about. Although, depending on what I have going on tomorrow, I may or may not have to worry about tomorrow's live stream until next time. I know I'm literally promising content for no reason to do that, but no. I have to deal with what I have to deal with. Even if it means canceling other plans to worry about that. Which is something I really can't help when it comes to that. Just can't. Either something's happening or something's not happening, and then
I'll catch up.
something happens when I least expect it, and then, you know, it's just quite annoying when it comes to that type of situation. And I don't really like dealing with that sort of situation, but life exists for many reasons, so, you know, there's not much we can really do about that. And even if we could do something about that type of situation, you know, we won't really have many ways around it. We have a few, but probably not very many that would work. It's 50-50 chance of it working, and it also depends on the person. It's just how life is, 100% of the time. Like, yeah, video games are bad for your eyesight, but, you know, it's not bad when you're trying to get rid of stress or even anger, you know, and you have to worry about that stuff, you just have to worry about that. So in a sense, video games are also therapeutic, so to speak. It's just how it is. And it's definitely how I see things. So, whether or not it's entirely good is obviously you're gonna depend on the person. Like, there are people that play video games for no reason, even though they most likely have a reason to play them, and then there are people that just play video games just to be an honest person and get rid of whatever stress or rage that they have. Like, there's no problem with that. I see no problem with that sort of thing. If video games don't exist, then I think we'd all be bored out of our minds. It'd be the same with having no technology, so to speak. Besides, you can only use your emotions for so long, just like your imagination. Like, there are some people that hide their emotions after a long time, so, you know, there's not much you can do about that. So basically, you just have to deal with it however you can, even if it just means being lazy 100% of the time for a good while. And, you know, that's not entirely a bad thing. Like, sometimes people just need to relax for more than a week or so. And, you know, as long as you're relaxing, you're fine, since you're literally getting rid of your stress. If you had to deal with real life problems all the time, it'd just be annoying. And there's no denying that fact. Some people probably don't talk about such things, but you know, not everyone is gonna hide the truth on that sort of situation. And even if they wanted to, they probably won't be able to hide it for long, since it would get revealed eventually, no matter who's revealing what type of truth. It's entirely okay to be honest about what's going on, but you know, when it comes to the internet, you have to be careful on what you say, depending on what it is. Now, obviously, before I started doing tonight's live stream, I was, you know, just hanging out with my family, you know, just doing what I felt like doing, and, you know, basically being lazy, as usual. I'm technically one of those people that likes to be lazy all the time. Even after I'm done with whatever I have to do in real life. It's just something that I do all the time. And it keeps me away from doing anything too crazy with my life. It's always a good thing. It's most definitely not something that everyone gets the chance to do, so they basically just make up for it when there's like holidays. So if you only worry about holidays for relaxation time and all that, then, you know, that's on you. Like 100% of the time, but I won't blame you if that's what you want to do, since, you know, there's just a lot of other things to worry about from time to time.
Dodge this!
I'll most likely be busy during the summer as well, but it doesn't mean I can't live stream during the nighttime when everyone's doing their own thing.
Dodge this!
So it gives me something to do, and obviously it keeps me out of trouble.
Freeze!
So, you know, I'm not saying I get in trouble all the time, but, you know.
Freeze!
It's just better if I play video games and stay out of other people's business.
Cool it!
Depending on what it is.
Freeze!
And obviously, I do worry about my health when I have to.
Dodge this!
And I most definitely have to these days. I won't explain why, since, you know, that's my business and no one else's.
Dodge this!
For the most part, but, you know. I could explain
Dodge this!
what's going on in real life, but, you know, depending on what I'm talking about for that stuff, I could just get carried away talking about that for a while and then end up talking about other information, and that's not something that needs to happen. It's definitely not something I'd want to happen. Not at all. So, you know. Heck, even have to worry about the gacha community from time to time. Like, sometimes I'll help with situations that don't involve me, and, you know, as soon as I hear about something, it's like, oh yeah, I have to protect this community for a moment. You know? Take my time out of my day just to help some people. Depending on what it is. Which isn't entirely bad. Like, if you, I want to help someone, there's nothing you can really do to make me change my mind on that. So, you know, that's that.
Windblade! Be gone! Let it rain!
Trying to figure out what else I can really discuss. Sometimes you just have to think about what topics to discuss. Otherwise, well, anything could happen. Even if I have to worry about that stuff, you know, I still have to worry about about my thought process on certain things. I process my sentences while talking about, well, whatever I want, really. It's not the greatest idea, but it's not the worst either. Now, obviously, video games aren't just meant for, you know, testing your thinking skills. It's also meant for education purposes other than that, depending on the video game. But, you know, depending on what it is, what your personal preferences are, you'll earn some good things. And even if it's just useless information that you might not need to know in the future, you'll still need that information just to be prepared. It doesn't hurt to have information ahead of time and be prepared for whatever comes your way. So, you know, it's all good. Just one of the greater things in life. Even if it and just dealing with whatever it is you want to deal with. Like, for example, video games could be used for learning about real-life problems or something. It just depends on what it is you want to learn about. And there's really not much you can really do about that. And 100% of the time, you just have to worry about what you can do and work your way from there. Even if it annoys you for a good few moments. No matter what the case. So, you know, that's just basically life in a nutshell. Deal with whatever you have to and go from there. However, since I've planned every single thing out ahead of time, like way ahead of time, despite what could happen in the future, you know, I obviously I made sure to take some precautions of my own, at least in my head, but, you know, you have to worry about thinking about the consequences in order to understand what's going on. Depending on what you need to worry about. Like, for me, it's mostly live streaming and other my real life problems, so, you know. It's not the worst thing to do, but it's also not the best thing to do, especially since I already know what I'm doing all too well. And everything, so, you know. Especially nowadays, I have to worry about getting other video games to get myself entertained. Otherwise, there's just not much point in doing anything when I don't have anything new to play when it comes to video games, you know. It's just something that can't be helped. And honestly, video games have become more and more popular nowadays. It's been happening quite a lot.
Prepare to be blown away!
No, I'm not saying everything's gonna work out, but, you know, I just feel the need to plan things out ahead of time. I do way too much thinking, and I'm not doing anything. And then, you know, sometimes it's difficult to the point where things literally just happen to me at random, and I have to worry about that instead of my plans. It's just annoying when you think about it. And I can't really help much when it comes to getting through that, especially since, you know, I don't know how to necessarily cope with it. You know, I'm not saying I'll be able to pass away, or it could take a while. Depending on what it is.
Steady up as a dutiful maid would.
Obviously, he not only does what I've mentioned work with video games, it works with other things as well, but, you know, you just have to figure that out for yourself since I can't necessarily help you do with that, you know. like, there's some things you want to help with, but you don't know how to help.
No one escapes my sights!
But there's also the fact that video games can affect a person too, so, you know, video games aren't all good, but they're not all bad either. Just depends on the person. No matter what the case. You know.
Hey!
Everyone has their own reasons for doing something. Whether it's good or bad would depend on what the person chose to do.
Windblade!
So you could technically say that video games don't always affect an action. They only do it to certain people. Although it's not like it happens all the time. Like, sometimes people learn from their mistakes after a while. Sometimes things randomly happen. Explanation or not, or no, you just have to worry about that sort of thing happening in the future. And even if it happens to you now, it's something that you'll have to worry about eventually. So, you know. Now, sometimes you just have to deal with whatever else, but, you know, video games could probably help you come up with ideas on how to deal with certain situations, too. Any information is useful, and any sort of information can definitely be useful. But that's, like I said, gonna depend on the person that's going through specific things in life. It's not gonna happen to everyone. Although, it most likely does happen to everyone, considering everyone's not used to what goes on in the real world nowadays.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
I feel like people are causing drama online just to pass the time. It's kind of stupid, if you ask me.
Ad Astra
Not
Abyssosk.
saying anyone asked me, but, you know, whether you believe it or not, it's the truth. There's not really much you can do about
Ad
that.
Astra.
However, it's still a good thing to deal with what you have to. So, while that's going, I'll see what I can do with other stuff. Okay, so I can't really put sending too much for these characters, but it gives me something to do. Plus, thanks to the update, I can just get in-game wish currency whenever I need it. So the ascensions are now useful for something. And definitely more ways than one. Now, in some sense, I wish they'd add, like, multitasking system to certain video games, since, you know, there are people that like to listen to, like, certain audio logs, depending on the video game that they're playing, whether or not they have that, and they still want to wander around to continue on. Like, they really need to add that sort of thing, where that happens. If there's a video game like that, that'd be nice to know, since I'm always looking for a video game to play. That's something I do when I just have the time. And obviously I know my video game preferences, so, you know, it's not like I've got anything to lose worrying about that. And even if I wanted to worry about certain topics, I won't be able to talk about them without a good reason. Especially since I always have a reason for doing what I do and talking about what I talk about 100% of the time. It's something I have to worry about quite a lot. But you know, there's worse things to be concerned about. Since I still have to worry about unlocking the story quests, I could do side quests, but even so, that could take a while. All on its own. So, you know, that's the main annoying thing. But I suppose I can just worry about in-game equipment and get myself ready for whatever I have to worry about later on. All that, so, you know, it's not gonna hurt. I just have to be sure in what I have and don't have at times. Even when I do know, I just want to double check just to be sure. Since that is, in a sense, important. Since this is one of the good swords, it's gonna be that. Now obviously I know who to give the rust bow to, I know to give that to, I just don't have the character as of right now. That's for anything beyond that, well, it's just hard to say, if certain. It's definitely hard to be certain without double checking information. Even when I do want to double check information, it could still take a while for me to thoroughly understand what's what with everything, so. No, there's not much I can do about that. But the good thing is that you don't necessarily need to worry about every little thing. Obvious, yeah, when it comes to doing this sort of stuff, it just takes time to get through this game, especially considering how long it takes for you to get through to whatever you need to do and all that. And yes, I do realize that's our friend, but you know, that whatever at this point. Honestly, it doesn't matter for that much. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. Refinement, so I'm technically being as thorough as I possibly can. At least this gives me something to do when it passes the time. I don't want to just, you know, have a long live stream planned out for nothing. I don't want to waste people's time when it comes to that. It's not something I want to do. People can waste their own time enough as it is. Just like I'm wasting my time just doing nothing with my life. But then again, I'm most likely not wanting to talk about that 100% of the time. So, yeah. But there's obviously worse things to worry about. Other than playing video games, but, you know, some people would probably say otherwise. Depending on what it is. Okay, I'm just gonna have the sacrificial bow equipped to Amber for now until I double check my information on which weapon would be good for her. Sometimes temporary solutions are things that need to be done, whether you like it or not. In some sense, certain things just work. And sometimes there are just those times where something fails. It's just something that people have to worry about, so I'm not gonna complain too much on that. Obviously, before I started live streaming, at least for tonight, doing tonight's live stream, I ended up doing some wishing in the game, and ended up getting sucrose in the process. Which case, it's not that bad of a deal. I get something in exchange for giving something. It's just how it has to be. But it's definitely not the worst thing to worry about. I'll be honest, I feel like I didn't get enough sleep, and that's technically my own fault. Without a doubt. I do technically blame myself for certain things, but, you know. what happens, happens, and there's not much I can really do about it now. At least, not as far as I know of. Really need to work on getting a sleeping schedule so I have enough energy for my live streams too, not just real life shenanigans. But, you know, it's not entirely bad. I mean, I enjoy what I'm doing. Okay. And of course, you know, there's just so many things to worry about. But sometimes you just lose track of what you're doing. And that's probably something I can't really be helped either. It's just something that naturally happens. Okay. I'll save the rest of my materials for when I really need them. And you know, that'll be good. Okay, so we have, well, that done, so that's good. Okay. Now obviously I'm not gonna worry about wasting the 2 materials I have for making the other types of enchantment ore, since I really want to worry about making other weapons. That's just basically what I focus on more than anything. I'll only make the enchantment materials when I really need to do that. Otherwise, I don't bother with that stuff. It's just something that happens. Okay. I could do the test run stuff, but there's really no point in doing that other than the game stuff. And I'm not that desperate right now. Although I can definitely say that there's loads of other types of preparation I could be worrying about right now. Especially since I wouldn't be prepared for anything that appears in the way. I just need to be sure of everything first before I decide what to do. If I don't know what I'm going to do, then there's really no point in me doing anything. This is the way it is. Like, for example, like, I said I want to, you know, like, go on a hike or something, or whatever. And then, obviously, if I don't know where I'd be doing that sort of thing, then, you know, that's that. And there's not much you can do about that sort of thing in the end, so, you know, you can't just force yourself to get up and do something with your life. It's just not the way it works. And obviously, you know, when it comes to playing Genshin Impact, I always end up finding a way to have a good time. Even if I'm literally just being bored for no reason. I just take care of what I have to, and then move on to the next thing. And there's most definitely nothing wrong with that. Okay. Getting the in-game invitations for doing multiplayer can be quite annoying, though I can't lie. When it comes to that, there's just not much I can do about that, though. The only reason why I don't accept the in-game invitations is because I'm one of those people that likes to be a solo player And I've been doing quite a bit of that. So, you know, I just don't think many people would approve to my methods of playing video games. And plus, you know, if they don't want to be involved in any sort of online content, then, you know, that's that. I don't want to be in trouble for putting people on into my content without their permission first. It's just something people can easily complain about. Like, there are lots of people that could be sensitive over that sort of thing. You never know. You know, it's just best if I don't bother. So, you know, it's totally fine. And at least I have my reasons for it, so, you know, you can't really complain on that. Like, everyone has their own reasons for something. But, you know, it's at least good to know on whether or not you want someone in content first, and whether or not you have their permission. Otherwise, they could end up complaining, and then, well, loads of shenanigans could happen. And we don't need that. We really don't need that, so, you know, if I can, I'll try and talk to some of my real-life friends, see if they want to join me.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something.
You know, I have to have everything planned out. I'll hopefully have things planned for next week, but, you know, there's not much I can do about that. Like, at all, so, you know, I can't really complain. Like, when someone has something they need to do, they really have to deal with that first. At least if I have real-life friends joining me for my live streams, then I know I'll have quite a bit of commentary, and it'll at least be somewhat humorous to watch. It'd make things more enjoyable for me. Whether that'd be enjoyable for all of you, I don't know. I really don't. But it doesn't hurt to try stuff, just to be sure. Plus, it's most likely boring just having one person talk about random stuff the entire time. All the time, so, you know, not saying that I'm annoying or anything, I'm just stating the fact that some people can definitely get annoyed over one person just talking to no one. But, you know, sometimes you just have to talk to yourself, even if it means being online and making it seem like you're talking to people. It doesn't hurt to do that. And honestly, no one can judge you for that. Like, if you want to do that, you want to do that. There's nothing they can really say about that. Which is totally understandable. It's just something I can see happening to me quite a lot. Especially nowadays, when I don't have much to really do. But if I keep an eye out for any new video games, then at least I have something to worry about. I already have a good list of video games that I'm keeping an eye out for, and, you know, I have preferences to maintain. And yet, I ended up playing this game back in October of last year, so, you know, I just do something that's outside of my preferences. So, you know, that says something. That bit. Which is good. Okay, everything is echoing. Hold on. I'm going to unplug my headset and plug it back in. Okay, okay, that's better. If you couldn't hear me for a moment, yeah, well, I was still talking. I do apologize, but sorry about audio issues for my headset. Not for the microphone, but for in-game audio on my end, you'd most likely be able to hear everything just fine, since my issues don't affect the content, but, you know, I still have to worry about what I have to worry about, regardless of everything, so, you know, I have every right to worry about that. And I know I'm gonna have quite a lot planned for the summertime as well. I have some unfinished video games to do for YouTube content, and then, you know, I just feel the need to deal with that stuff. If I have unfinished gameplays, I'm just gonna be worried about that 100% of the time. And I can't really help that. Like, and I feel the need to do something. I feel the need to do something. Even if it is a waste of my time. At least I did something with my time. So it doesn't really hurt to do that. Especially nowadays. People just need to worry about themselves these days. You know, it's like, yeah, you have stuff planned, but depending on what it is, you could end up taking a risk you don't want to make. That's just basically how it is. Okay. Anyway. I was just thinking out loud. For a moment. I tend to do that. Okay. I'm gonna check what time it is on my phone so I know what time it is. I mean, I could just use the PlayStation menu, but okay, so it's 12:08, so that's good. I feel like I think the time on the live stream is behind compared to real world time, which is kind of crazy to think about. Like, I feel like I've been live streaming for nearly 2 hours and not one. As long as I have. But then again, it's probably because I'm literally live streaming. Yeah, I literally just start live streaming at like 30 minutes until like a certain time, and then ends up messing it up. Or screwing it up, whichever way you want to put it. I was tempted to stop myself, and then it's like, oh yeah, I can say what I want, not really care. But you never know who could be watching, so gonna make my content as appropriate as possible in some sense. I don't want to get complained at for not worrying about that. Know how people can be. I just want my online content to be something everyone can enjoy. Even if I do some crazy shenanigans. Who knows, maybe I'll live stream some Tales of Vesperia during the summertime. Because I know that game is quite relaxing, and I have the remastered edition of the game, so that's good. Because remastered versions are always better than the originals. Unless, of course, you have a personal preference, and you know, that makes you think otherwise, but, you know, I'm not going to judge you for that. If you have a preference on something, you have a preference on something. I'm not going to force my opinion onto you. Depending on what it is. Although I can definitely say, I like it when video games like Genshin Impact are around. Like, it's like having a totally honest game. And the creators just understand that people would like to have in-game currency or whatever for their thanks for their patience or something, you know. The developers of Genshin Impact understand what people want more than any other video game company, I'd say. And that's not something everyone can just admit, but you know, I can't really lie about that. Like, what reason would I have for lying about that? Because I guarantee you I have no reason to lie. Okay. time for the most annoying thing to deal with. Okay, so okay, that race sometimes likes to bug out. It's kind of annoying. Whoa. Okay, that's one. That's exactly why you don't go running on that. At least it didn't bug out that time, so I guess that's saying something. Okay, if I can. It bugs out. It's not always my fault that it bugs out like that. Oh well. If I have to do it off stream, then I'll do it off stream, you know, just so I'm not wasting people's time for that. And I don't want the majority of the stream being me doing one entire thing for no reason. It's not something I want to do. If I waste people's time, they're not going to improve with anything. It's not something I can always do 100% of the time, but, you know. I enjoy live streaming anyway, even if I'm wasting my time making the content. Make what I want to enjoy, and people get entertainment. It's just a fair deal. And again, I feel like that's the case with the vast majority of the internet nowadays. Like, when it comes to like Nintendo games, people have been playing Animal Crossing recently, so, you know, that gives people something to do nowadays, and, you know, I can't really complain. I mean, I'm kind of in that group of people myself. Now, if I were to know how to live stream on my Nintendo Switch, that would be good intel. What the? Okay, I don't know. How in the world? Normally this does not happen. I never had that same thing happen. Anyway, I'm getting distracted by unnecessary things. Although distractions are quite good. Although it doesn't help me get rid of my headaches. Listening to music does, however. So, you know. Talking and listening to music won't really help. It's either one or the other. I don't really want to do both unless I have to. And since my live streams make me do that, well, I have to do that type of thing. So, you know, it's all good. I'm just happy with the way things are nowadays, even though it's quite annoying to deal with real life problems because of what's going on. I'm not going to mention it just so that I am not concerning myself too much with my opinions with that type of stuff. If I concern myself with discussing opinions, I know I'm probably going to get complained at somehow or another, even if it's literally just by whoever's watching my content. I need to ensure that it doesn't happen, because I don't need complaints. Unless, of course, it's for good reason, but, you know, can't stop them from complaining. Just like I can't stop myself from playing video games and dealing with online drama. I can't deny the fact that I deal with online drama. That, like, at all. It's been somewhat of an addiction for me to do that. It's like, go ahead, I found this situation, and I'm gonna get myself involved to help out. Obviously, people won't always take your opinion into consideration, but as long as you're trying to help in your own way, I think that's totally fine.
Transfers of supplies must be reported.
Like, there's nothing to really complain about on that, so, you know, as long as that's going on, everything's fine. Anyway, get rid of some, at least get rid of one or two side quests that are quick, but, you know.
Greetings, I am Timaeus, researcher of alchemy. Welcome to Mondstadt. Alchemy is a craft that has been passed down since ancient times, but it is barely understood in the present. Its mechanisms are magical and mysterious, completely unlike the principles that shape our understanding of the physical world. If we can get the hang of this, we should be able to create some pretty awesome stuff.
This must be your alchemist's workbench.
That's right. Why not give it a go yourself? You'll be fine. The procedure's actually very simple. If you're interested, I could show you the basics.
Okay, this tutorial wasn't that bad. It's normally in like only one tab, but then the update changed everything. Oh well. I'll at least worry about getting something done. Just ensuring that everything's good to go, and then there we go. The tutorial's not gonna go away unless I exit the game. But whatever. I'll just exit and then,
Cool!
you know, move on.
All we are really doing is following the methods of the ancients as best we can. Much as one who uses a wind glider needs not understand how it was built in order to glide. The difference with alchemy is that every time I think I finally understand how it's supposed to work, something totally unexpected happens.
Hey! You shall have no other Paimon before this Paimon!
Unfortunately, my skills are not that advanced. There's a lot of other mysterious recipes I have to research first. Over the course of your adventures, you should come across some alchemist notes from ancient civilizations. And as your adventure rank increases, more recipes will become available to you.
Why are you so obsessed with other Paimons? Do I no longer satisfy your primordial needs?
You two are a fascinating pair, I must say. Well, see you next time. May the wind bring you good fortune on your path ahead.
Alright. Since I've that side quest, then I suppose I should find the next unnecessary one. But then again, and if I deal with all the side quests, I'll be flying through content. Which is something worth considering 100% of the time. Obviously the low temperature warning, I'm most likely not the right level for that, but I could give it a go, just to see how that work. Although that means you're running like a maniac, and making sure I don't end up getting me knocked, having my entire party knocked out. So, you know, it'll be quite the challenge, but it'll be worth it. And at least I'm getting stuff done ahead of time, so, you know. I can only get myself entertained with this video game for so long, so, you know, once I get bored of it, I'll most likely just swap out from Genshin Impact out for like a different video game for the schedule and all that. If I have to worry about everything off stream, then, you know, whatever. It's not like you're missing much, and it's not like I'd progress that much, unless, of course, I'm really into it and I just feel the need to do that. You'll see how desperate I am for in-game materials and everything else from there, and, you know, I'll figure stuff out as time goes on. I can definitely say I feel quite exhausted, so... maybe I should have my live streams more during the afternoon and closer to dinner time or something. At least it'd help me worry about what I need to do a little more. Who knows, maybe I could have like a little nap. I don't know. And I wouldn't mind a little extra rest ahead of time. So it's just something that I need to worry about. my health is more important than other people's entertainment. That's definitely saying something. And if people disagree with that, then I don't know what in the world they're thinking. Unless, of course, they're into doing all-nighters every week. Yeah. But then again, you can only do that for so long. So, you know, that's basically that. No matter what the case. You can complain about such all you want, but there's really nothing you can do. So to speak. And honestly, I don't mind doing stuff for no reason. I just need to do what I have to do. Quite a lot. And obviously, I know for a fact there's gonna be a long weekend coming up, so, you know, stay tuned for more content, hopefully. We'll see what happens. I don't guarantee it or anything, but, you know, I can definitely say that it might be content during that long weekend, specifically, so, you know.
Some help here.
Okay, time to deal with this pain in the butt. Obviously, I didn't deal with the side quest like at all. Oh, but you know, it's simple side quest. It's not gonna hurt. Plus, it gives me something to do over time, so I can't complain about anything of the sort. Okay. Not new to that tutorial right now. Simple enough. Okay. Nothing self-explanatory. A lot of the tutorials gonna be self-explanatory.
Have a load of this!
Prepare to be blown away!
Shouldn't get careless.
Get him!
Let's just play the decent.
Let's end this quickly. I must collect myself.
No escape!
Don't get frostbite. Ice it up. Cool it. Dodge this. This is it.
That big guy. We have to get rid of this.
Hurry up.
There we go. Okay, that material will definitely be important. Okay. I'm gonna need something. Nope. Obviously going on there is not necessarily the smartest idea. But I suppose I'll have to deal with this anyway. Okay. Time to run all the way over to that chest. Well, in this case, slime, but whatever. As long as they have it out of the way, it's not much of a problem. So, you know, that's good.
Windblade! Leave it all to me, as a dutiful maid would.
There we go.
Yeah.
Really nice. There we go. Okay, time for more new perfect.
Go, go, Baron Bunny!
Okay.
Prepare to be blown away!
Okay, that's beginning to do this. Definitely could be a problem. Okay, time for me to heal healing as soon as possible. Since the game is paused, I can't really do much. Health bar isn't much of a problem. I definitely see like it's
Let it rain!
okay. Cover me at least slow down the health decrease. I need to deal with this annoying audio thing. Hold on. There we go. That should
That's
be
more
better.
like it!
You know, something. There we go. That will slow down. Well, that's go down. I can use a heal. Not a problem. There we go. That's better. Okay, that's gonna be nice. Oh shoot. Okay. No time for me to deal with this again. Okay, that's gonna be annoying. Well, luckily defense stuff stacks. Any defense buffs will stack, so that's good. Sadly, I can't really heal the main character right now. Okay. Well, get back to that teleporter and fast. Okay. This is one of the annoying things. Okay. I don't have to be ready for the job. I have to trap it. Okay, so okay, that will be a little risky. But
Go, go, Baron Bunny!
at least I can deal with whatever. Okay, that's gonna be annoying. Oh shit.
I'll catch up.
Okay. That's annoying.
Not so hard!
That only buys me a certain amount of time. Yeah. This is kind of tedious. Unless, of course, I can get it trapped up here. If I get the thing trapped, there's not much I can deal with that.
Go, go, Baron Bunny!
Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, that's not gonna help. Especially when you have, like, an entire horde after you. Okay. So it seems like it's trapped over here. It's like right over. If I aim this point, I can easily get sniped. This is a good strategy. Okay, this works now. Okay, I'm gonna have to change my image a little bit from time to time and put up with this. And luckily, I don't need to worry too much. As long as I'm dealing with this from a distance, considering the level and everything, considering how much healing stuff I have, this is not an issue. This is how you make the job easier. Finally found the way to do it. And luckily, this is actually one of the slowest but greatest ways to get this stupid thing defeated. Gets the job done. Sometimes taking your time always works out, even when you don't expect it. Luckily, I'm doing quite a bit of damage, so that's good. As long as I don't have to change my aiming position, I won't need to worry too much. Oh no. Really? Okay, I'm gonna have to do some true over-aiming here. Take some... It's skill on this skill I don't have. Stupid branches. That's overshooting a little bit. Sort of undershooting, so yeah. You have to get the right spot for the aiming, and then you have to just attack when you can. But this gets the job done. So I can't really complain. Finally found my own way of defeating this stupid thing. It's the job done. Luckily, I can melt the thing quickly enough too. Yes, this might take a lot longer than what you'd expect, but it actually gets the job done greatly. Already done a great deal of damage in the past few moments, so that's good. Okay, now I can damage its health bar a little more. Hopefully get the job done. Don't have to worry about it. Okay, sometimes rapid firing would help with the damage part. The damage. This is very annoying. This is the annoying thing. Okay, I actually have the triangle button charge, so I can easily use the decoy move right now and get the job done a little more. So that's great. Got a drop.
Go, go, Baron Buddy! Let it rain!
That's good. And I can easily attack close up too. So this is always good. This is wanting to hike in place. On the greatest trick. Okay, and luckily I'm getting a crit from here, so that's good. How that's up there, so it actually has something to worry about when I shoot it close and personal. That's useful. This is not the greatest strategy of all time, though. Like, but obviously gets the job done. Let's have that close and personal. Oh, I feel like that could. Oh yeah, that was. Oh yeah, that could have broken free at any time. Okay. Now I'm gonna have to get at a range position a little bit again, and not worry about living that. No. Okay, so that did something. It's just easier to just trap your opponent in a spot where they can't get to, and then you do the attack. You just need to know how to aim the shot of everything. Like for me, I'm sort of undershotting, but also figuring out where the greatest spot to hit would be over time. So this actually works out quite a lot. Slowest, craziest strategy to do. This does require running like a maniac. Luckily I haven't had that many problems, so that's good. As long as I can prevent any problems from happening, that's good. Okay, this thing's nearly defeated. As long as I can keep getting the precise shots needed to do a great deal of damage, everything will be fine. So, Sacrificial Bow is a good bow to have on Amber. That's actually good to know. It may not be the best for everyone, but it's useful when you need it.
Told you I'd win!
Okay. Put the decoy in there. Do some close and personal ranged attacks. Yeah, this is failing miserably. It's hilarious. Oh.
No escape.
And perfect. I actually did that. Eesh. If I could have done that strategy my first time through this area, I won't have any problem. Alright, now it's time to get the rewards for doing an in-game achievements I did. And then... Oops, I accidentally exit out when I had a second one to grab. Okay, then I will heal up. Okay. Okay. That's an annoying thing. Some of these items are revival items, even though they do some healing things too. It's just kind of annoying when you think about it. Then I'm gonna give it less time to worry about healing, so that will be good. Hell yeah. Don't really think there's much material where I can just get the job done. I'll have to look around to be sure on everything though. If I don't search thoroughly, I'm not really sure what else to really say about that. Okay, get these with those stupid things out of here and move on. Only it lasted long enough for you to do more than one attack.
Leave it all to me.
Obviously, the Scarlet Quartz does take a while to reload in. So I feel like there's not much I can do. That one's being guarded, and I won't have enough stamina to make it over here in time. Get rid of the stuff in the center. I'll have to wait for stuff to reload. Okay. Let's see. I'm just needing to be sure that I'm actually getting everything. Actually, I'd probably be able to glide. Probably. But then again, there's not really much of a guarantee that will work. I have to wait. The statue of the 7 that's in this area, though. Since there's an endgame achievement that requires you not to do that one. Okay. Time to glide. Alright, let's get this thing opened up. Perfect. That's done. Good. Which is a good thing. Because now I don't need to have this interfering with anything. In particular, so that's good. Sort of around time to have this entire thing freeze up like that and have that pop up. Okay.
That's more like it.
And I can... Okay, so I would need to worry about... That's quite a bit. So I'll have to worry about this from time to time. Okay, well that would have been a lot closer if I knew about that one. Most likely use it, but then again, I've probably already taken time. Things said and done. As far as I was with everything. So yeah. And now we're gonna get rid of this. The Scarlet Quartz won't really be much use right now. Okay. I'm gonna check the area where I sort of was, just to be sure the enemy I had trapped didn't drop any loot. Because if you don't know if they dropped anything, then you're not really checking much. Okay, so it seems like they didn't. It was dropped, so I believe it's fine for me to just move on with the side quest I'm dealing with, and then yeah, that'll be that. Won't take long. No, I'll have to. Okay, I'll have to deal with this though. So this is a useful tool to have along the way. Although getting to the statue of the 7 that's at the top of the mountain isn't really an easy task without enough stamina. So even if I wanted to be up there right now and get that statue activated, I wouldn't be able to do it since I'm not able to really deal with much right now. Okay, there's a crimson negate thing there, so that'll be a useful thing to have picked up. It's need to pick up a good few of these. Is it up to? Let me see. Okay, it looked like there was 2. But apparently not. Okay. Going to the... those. Not really fooled. Okay, time for me to get rid of some more villagers. There we go. No, that would be like this.
Let it rain. Be gone.
There we go. That works. I feel like there is something I can eat through, but you need to look. Here's some scarab quartz, and speaking of which, I was actually looking at a piece of it.
I'll catch up.
It was munching, so... Let's be thorough. Never know when video games glitch out, so you sort of have to make sure you hit the air a couple of times just to be sure. It's always good to be sure about that sort of thing. Video games do love playing tricks on the players, so you know, it's something that happens a lot. Oh shoot. Okay, that's not something I want to worry about right now. Okay. Well, I'll have to play for that one. Oh wow, that was a miss on their part.
Leave it out as a good night should.
Okay. Okay. Oh. That's that. Now I get that. I believe I have an idea. Whether or not if the idea will work, well, that can definitely be an entirely different story. Okay. Well, there's also that over there as well that I can also deal with. Okay, I'm gonna let my stamina regen a little bit. Over here. Okay. Now I can easily just skip this. Put it in. Have it done, ready to go, and then right on down. Move that, and then deal with this, which is a useful thing to have. So, you know, as long as I'm doing this, it actually gives me more things to do with than going straight for the side quest objective. Okay. But now I can actually just have that out of the way. Looted. I'm not gonna activate that statue just yet, so you know. We'll for now we'll have to wait. Okay. Oh, actually, let's get yeah, like moving up. So we're not actually wasting our time too much. And plus, it'll be a path that will need to be remembered for later. So, yeah. Okay, so that's. I was like, okay, that's right there. So that's an easy grab. That worked out.
Be gone!
Okay.
Hey!
There we go.
Leave it all to me.
There we go. It's taken a little while, but it was worth it. Okay. And for me to heal up again. Okay. Oh, at least I'm healed up. This is gonna be one crazy gliding thing, I would say, or gliding session, whichever you want to call it.
Okay. This
Okay, well,
is not the
okay, well, I got a free Oshiro just for that. Okay, well, that's useful. Okay, that's another bit. What the? Okay, well, that's kind of random. So, like, through the clips, that's interesting. Okay. I'm still gonna deal with that. Oh, shit.
tired.
Okay. Okay, so there's still more. Thank you. Okay, well, that's that. So I'm just gonna get out of here before I end up losing my entire party. That way, it's not much of an issue. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to make it in time.
Don't push your luck.
Oh!
I'm not done.
Wow, it's like it's just an instant drop. Okay, actually, I can deal with this one the way too. Good, good, good. This will be helpful. So I'm not running in here like a crazy person. Running around like a crazy person and not knowing what you're doing. I don't know what to tell you. Then again, I used to do that quite a lot myself. Okay, let me revive. Okay, so I want to save up a minute, so I'm gonna just hammer. Luckily, I don't need to worry too much. Okay. Time for me to where I need to be. Okay. There we go. That's much easier. Okay. Tolerate. Okay. Back. The objective. Okay. Well, I haven't been around here, so I might as well. Wait, no.
I must leave, as a good knight should. I must leave no stone unturned.
Okay, gotta. Deal with this. Alright. And I can do that. And stay there.
I must leave no stone up.
Okay.
Get him!
Okay. Here. This'll fix the problem.
I must leave. No escape.
That's good. Now, that I think should be fine for the time being, anyway. Okay. Oh, that's useful. Okay. Definitely not gonna go over there and deal with that. Unless it's necessary. In the meantime, however, I will grab the endgame achievement rewards I picked up. In which case it's just pretty much gems, but whatever. I'll take it. Yeah, that was a little buggy. Okay. Oh. There we go. Now I'm gonna see how many primo gems I have, so that way I know. Okay. I have enough for another in-game wish currency things, so that'll be that. Good. I may not be getting the stuff I want just yet, but I'll get that stuff eventually. Even if I do end up getting stuff that the in-game event offers I'll accept that too. I'll literally just take any random piece of crap that's in game and just use it for whatever reason that I need. Always finding a way for something to be of use. Even though I at least expect that. Okay. Now, time for me to do what I have to. Okay. I figured out
Windblade!
this. Oh yeah, that's easy. No, I can just do that. Not have to worry about that again. At least not for a while.
I must, as a good knight should. Someone needs assistance. Someone needs...
Okay, that works out.
This can hurt. Windblade. Hey. Windblade. Let it rain. Maybe I wasn't meant for this world. I'll race you there. You got me. No, Stoner. Getting a little cold. Yeah.
Okay, this is a pain. Actually, I should still worry about healing first. Okay. Understandable
This can hurt.
Wait, I have to run.
They still need me. Get ready.
Yep, definitely had to do that. Oh, I started. Most likely had an entire party knocked out. Sheesh. It's not easy handling that stuff. The amount of health I have, that Amber has right now,
I'll race you
that's
there.
actually quite fortunate. So level 30s can definitely be a higher level in some sense when it comes to other level 30s.
Daddy.
Okay. Well, I'm definitely not gonna do that right now. Especially since I nearly had my entire party wiped out from that trip in there. So I'm not gonna deal with that, but I can deal with that. Okay. Let me just get stuff dealt with. Okay, so I can't do anything about the weapons here, but I have to teleport to deal with that. So that entirely makes sense. Then I'm gonna check the time on my phone yet again. No, 8. So I technically have over an hour left, like a good few moments. But then again, live stream time and the internet time is all different, despite everything. So yeah. Oh wow, I actually, okay, so something I didn't really, that wasn't in here is the fact that the character you choose for certain dishes, actually stays, so you don't need to keep swapping it out. So that must have been part of the latest update. So that's good. That's a useful feature to keep in mind. Okay. Well, that's that. And then... okay, so I can't make anything, but I'm going to do that. Just so that way that's ready to go. There we go.
Come take a look. There will definitely be something that catches your eye.
Although I can't really lie when I say that I'm exhausted. But you can't really blame me for being tired. I might end the live stream early, since, you know, I'm mostly worrying about side quests right now. So, you know, maybe next time I do a Genshin Impact live stream, I'll have story quests to actually do. Or something. Maybe. We'll see. But it just depends. I don't really feel like doing all the hard work in like a live stream, because I know that could get boring for some people. There we go. And since I know that there are people that don't really care much about side quests, at least not very many people. I'm sure there's people that would complain. I just want to equalize the rest with video games, and you know, I have to equalize things properly. And this time I'll actually be able to do this weekend's live streams and not worry too much, so that's good. That's an advantage I can always be happy with. But as of right now, at least for one of my other profiles for this game, I have most of the 4 stars. Honestly. But I know it's going to be increased again within another update or so. I look for information that is important to me, and you never know. Even if I don't care about the information, I'm still gonna accept it anyway. Since, like I said, it's just that important to have information at the ready. Even when you don't want it to be that way. just expect the unexpected and you'll be fine, I would say. Genshin Impact is definitely one of the video games that makes you go through a lot of progress in order to get further into the storyline. It's just crazy. But I always find a way to manage everything. So it's all good. It's all good. I mean, yes, Genshin Impact can be relaxing,
That doesn't sound very good.
you know, it can definitely be boring at times too. You know, it just depends on what you feel like doing. I guess before I leave, before I end the stream, I could just, you know, try worrying about the race, this little race thing here. There's no gliding involved in that, it's just here. The loot. Ah, so, look at this is a nuisance I hate. That's a nuisance about doing that. Okay, yeah, that bugged out. Because I know for a fact that I went through that second hoop. Or ring, or whatever you want to call it. How much of a difference? When both objects are technically round. Like a circle. So, yeah. That's that. Sometimes it's best to give the video game a rest, and I don't want to waste too long live streaming for literally no reason. Even wandering around can be entertaining for so long, and then it just bores you half to death. Well, not literally, but, you know, I don't think I need to mention what I mean, since it's self-explanatory. Everything about video games nowadays is self-explanatory. Like, I feel like tutorials for video games nowadays are just so useless that everyone knows that they're doing. You know, I guess there's gonna be new people playing video games, but I don't think it's gonna be that constant where you need to add a tutorial into the video games anymore. Like, if people are so worried about tutorials, they can either look it up online or, you know, they can figure it for themselves, or whichever route they wish to take. I remember when video games have, like, these guides that would help you 100% the video game that you want 100% in the entire way. Like, I know LEGO games had that back in the old days. Like a long time ago. Back when the PlayStation 2 was still a trending console, so to speak. Okay, that was unexpected. But yeah, that's just my thought process. It's like, yes, there's older video games that have tutorials. Why do newer video games need to have that sort of thing? It's just something that can irritate people. Like, I have the right to complain when I want, so, you know, I'm just using the time to complain about that. Tutorials can somewhat be useless though, especially when it explains the self-explanatory. Like, if it's gonna explain self-explanatory things about what you need to do, then don't bother. Like, video games have been around for so long that you don't need tutorials anymore. That's just how it is. I don't really understand why people still worry about tutorials in video games nowadays. That's definitely something worth thinking about. Like, the LEGO games, at least for LEGO DC Supervillains, you're actually able to choose whether or not you wanted lots of hints to help you progress through the game. And I think that's reasonable. That's a reasonable addition to LEGO games, since people have been playing LEGO games for like a long time, that there's most likely no point to having that type of tutorial lying around. It's just not something that's needed. Like, yes, you can have a prologue to like storyline, but the tutorial for like the controls, it doesn't take a genius to figure out all that stuff. Plus, the internet exists for various reasons. In so very many ways, so I can't complain. And on that. Like, sometimes I have to look stuff up in order to
Get ready
progress
for the gliding
through
champion of Mondstadt!
the video game that I want to complete. Like, for example, I might want to complete Minecraft, and you have to look things up to know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, you just have to look it up.
Get ready for the gliding champion of Mondstadt!
Or you can just ask one of your friends about it. I don't know. It just depends on what you want to do with that sort of thing, you know? And I won't judge anyone for making the decisions they did, like that sort of thing. So, yeah. I just have no reason to judge. Like, bro, I know some of the decisions you've made in the past are similar to mine. Just different scenarios, I would say. And obviously there's nothing wrong with wanting to have no tutorials. If you don't want to do the tutorial, you shouldn't have to. Like, the only reason why tutorials exist is so that way the in-game characters, at least basic stuff of certain video games, can get like extra experience points for more level ups. Some video games do have that type of mechanic implemented, so you know. Like Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, that had the mechanic, that type of mechanic going on for it, so, yeah. Fun, although Star Wars KOTOR was a very fun game. It was part of my childhood.
Bet you can't keep up with me!
You can't really blame me for liking the game, though. I mean, at least it's a Star Wars game that's actually enjoyable. Yes, there's more enjoyable ones than that, but, you know. There's not much you can really do about my preferences on that one. And besides, it's fun to play some old-fashioned video games from time to time. So it's a good idea. I just got attacked by a Dendro slime and I ended up instantly one-shot kill it. Just insta-killing it. It's just fun. It's like, oh hey, I have this ability, and then the opponent just hits you with an elemental attack, and it's a satisfying. Oddly enough.
Windblade!
But then again, I have no reason to complain about that. But you know, sometimes I just play old video games, such as the original Xbox video games, just for nostalgic moments. So, you know, that's saying something. 100%. But, maybe when maybe when I do, like, the live streams that start at 10:30 and end at 2, I should start the live stream at 10 o'clock, and then have everything ready, like, done early, and then the time will be exact, and it won't be so messed up. I mean, it's a good strategy to think about, but that most likely still interfere with my sleep schedule, because sometimes I sleep till it's time for me to actually worry about the curfew. I have to worry about it. It's just something that happens sometimes. Like, there have been a few occasions where that has happened. And honestly, you can't blame me for needing my sleep. Like, when I need to sleep, I need to sleep. I have to worry about myself more than anyone else. Like, I mainly just put myself first, but sometimes I just put others first. Like, when it comes to live streams and entertainment and all that, I put others first and I put myself last. Because I just feel that's the right thing to do. Like, when I promise a piece of content, I promise a piece of content. Dish it out. So, you know. That's basically that. Either way, it's just something that I have to worry about. 100% of the time. I mean, yes, I care about myself and all, but when it comes to wanting to worry about others, I just do what I have to get the entire thing done. It's just something that I have a habit of doing. And surprisingly, I've been doing it since 2018, so, you know, it's been a habit since then. Okay. Now that I've looked through all these stats, I should probably worry about leveling things up. Look, I can just do that right now. Okay. Now for me to deal with this. And then I'm gonna have to check to be sure I'm not missing out anything like that, so I can just refine this, and then there we go. This weapon should definitely be higher level at this point. Okay, that wasn't worth it, but whatever. Take whatever I can get out of the deal for this, so, you know, it's nothing worth complaining about that much. Okay, okay. Oh, that's that. Surprisingly, it's higher level than my 5-star sword. Oh well. A personal point of bad equipment being better than the good equipment literally proves my point. Let's see. So there's nothing else I need to worry about. Okay, so I don't have the materials for that. However, if I zoom it, oh, okay, so I see where I've been. Okay. This will be useful so I can actually get more materials and other stuff that I may need. You just never know. Plus, it's easier to just teleport around instead of just wandering aimlessly until you reach your destination. So I can't complain about that. Alright. Time for me to deal with in-game purchases yet again. My favorite thing to do, purchasing in-game items, in-game currency, even though being a free-to-play type of person is not an easy thing. to honestly worry about. It's not that easy. Okay, I can easily get these through some strong opponents, so I don't need to worry too much on that. So I'll just do that. That's quite a bit. Which is good.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
I'll send my 5-star sword. Okay, I still can't do that? Okay, that's somewhat disappointing. That's disappointing. There should be something I can send. Hopefully. Something I can worry about there. It'll still take for me to get stuff done, but either way, I can wait to find out. There should be some certain viewpoints that actually can give you rewards for finding, you know, so if I find those specific locations, I would say that's good. Heck, even finding some random loot would be nice. It's just a lot more relaxing to just do whatever than to just, you know, waste your time with other things. That's the time. Okay. One thing I could do, actually, now that I think about it, is...
Susu? What's the hurry?
About the side quest that's actually within this location. And, you know, I'll have to head out into the water for it. Though, since that's where I have to go. That's an easy side quest. Though sadly it's unmarked. Time for me to worry about taking a long trip across the water. I don't have enough stamina to just swim my way over there.
Dodge this!
So it'll definitely take me a while, but it'll be worth the wait. By the time I get over there.
Cool it!
So it'll be a lot more fun dealing with the side quest.
Freeze!
This is easier to do this other than instead of worrying about trying to swim your way the way over all the way over there. In the direction you need to,
Cool it.
you know? So that's saying something. And it's one of the
Dodge this!
good side quests to deal with. Just easier when you have enough stamina to just swim your way over. No, in one of my other online profiles, I had more than enough stamina to go for there, so, you know, I'm not at that point yet, but I'll still deal with the side quests regardless. So then I can head back after I need to worry about whatever else, and then, you know, that'll be that.
Freeze! Freeze!
I should honestly give my mouth a break from talking,
Freeze!
but, you know, I just want to make commentary, so yeah, it's actually worth it in the end, so, you know.
Dodge this!
I just know for a fact that I need to worry about commentary from time to time.
Cool it!
Since not very many people care much about relaxing and just watching live streams in silence. At least not without a good reason to. However, there's a lot worse when it comes to this game, trust me.
Dodge this!
I know one of the most toughest boss fights, but I'm not going to go spoiling that. Since we're not that far into the storyline for that to happen. Let alone be dealt with. And even then, it'll still take me a while to get the right party set up.
Cool it!
Okay. Even though I might have enough stamina to swim the rest of the way, I'm not going to go testing that. Unless I have to.
Dodge this!
Okay. Just a little further, and then I can actually worry about
Freeze!
climbing all the way over there. All the way out there, and then... No.
Dodge this!
At least it gets the job done. Okay, I should be close enough to this. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have had to take a long swim over to this boat. Okay. And... yeah. Just...
Life is short.
Okay. Okay, time for me to set the dust. Sheesh.
Life is short, so eat, drink, and be merry.
This side quest could take a while, but it's worth it. Okay, so it's either I try and get authentication another way, or I deal with that. Okay. Well.
Freeze!
Okay, sadly, I have to teleport and then make all the way back here. Ah, gosh. Oh, might as well do this. Time for me to teleport all the way back. get back there all over again. The torture it is. You know? It's not like it can really be helped. So I can't really complain. Oh, hello. How's it going? I've been doing good. You know, just relaxing, playing video games. You know, nothing too surprising nowadays. But at least it gives me something to do, so I can't complain. But I'm sure you know how it feels to worry about that sort of situation. And so,
What's the hurry?
you know. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Oh, well. I do take things through a different perspective, so, you know. What can you do about that, you know? So it's not my fault if I'm confused on that. Oh. Okay. Well, at least you're testing your thinking skills. You can call me whatever you want. It's not gonna matter. On that.
Cool it!
Besides, I find very few words offensive, so... You know, as long as you're not trying to offend me, that's fine.
Dodge this! Cool it!
Okay.
Freeze!
Well, it's... Oh,
Cool it!
like my rules are that strict, so, you know. As long as you're not breaking any of the rules, you're safe.
Dodge this!
Dude, I literally have no problem with whatever you want to discuss otherwise.
Dodge this!
I'm just trying to make sure that everyone stays out of trouble somehow or another. So, you know, as long as everyone's staying out of trouble, that's good. Since I don't really want to have like a long argument complaining about loads of things.
Freeze!
Just catch my drift on that.
Cool it! Freeze!
Alright, time for me to see if I have what I need to worry about that. Okay.
That's another one gone.
Now I have to teleport all the way back. For literally the second time. Or the deals that I have to complete the side quest. I will check the time on my phone. Okay, so I still have plenty of time. Okay, that's good. I just need to make sure that I have enough time to wrap up this live stream the sooner I get to bed, the sooner I can just get some rest for tomorrow. So, you know. But the good thing about live streaming here on Twitch is that I can at least meet some new people and not just have the same reactions from the same old viewers on YouTube all the time. It's actually quite refreshing to think about. Especially if you've live streamed for as long as I have. It's crazy to imagine that very few people watch your live streams on YouTube. Considering your subscriber count and everything. Like, I get that everyone has a life, but, you know, it's not like they can't make some time to just watch a little bit of your live streams, you know? It's just one of the painful things to deal with at times. I'm sure everyone has their ups and downs with their live streams, but you know, there's nothing I can really do about that. If I knew a way around that problem, I'd definitely fix it as soon as possible. You know, just so people don't need to worry about much over time. And then once I start doing live streams on my laptop, or at least if that's possible for me to figure out how to do, and I have the time to learn how to do that sort of thing, then everything's good to go, and, you know, everything can just be moved on. You know, it's just something that has to happen at some point. But then again, where's the fun in learning stuff if you get rid of the struggles that go with the learnings? So, you know, it's something that you have to really consider. It's either you want to get rid of the problems or you don't. Depends on how much you want to learn. It's just something that has to be put into consideration, if anything else. So, you know, it's not like it's entirely a bad thing. Okay, time for me to escape that because I know how long it's gonna take for me to defeat that. Okay. Well, that worked out. Safe. Okay, so that's the problem. All I have to do is that. Goes fired, and then. Okay, I can't wait to look. around for the other ones. So I can get rid of those too. Oh. Okay.
I see through you!
Not breaking a sweat! Put your back into it! Time to fulfill my
Go, go, Baron Bunny!
No slacking off! This should be fun!
Hey! No escape!
It isn't time for a break yet!
Twin Blade!
Killjoy! You've only just begun! You can't run!
Get her!
No slacking off!
Be a killjoy! You've only just begun!
This should be fun!
Windblade!
It isn't time for a break yet!
You can't run! Well, neither can I.
Put your back into it!
Windblade!
Be a killjoy! We've only just begun.
Leave it all to me.
Time to fulfill my duty!
Yeah. Yeah.
No slacking off!
I'll catch up.
You can't run! Well,
Not breaking a sweat!
be a killjoy! We've only
It
just
isn't time for a break yet! This should be fun!
Go, go, Baron Bunny!
No slacking off!
You can't run! Well, neither can I.
Not breaking a sweat!
Don't be a killjoy!
Prepare to be blown away!
I see through you! You can't run!
Cool it! This should be fun!
Be a killjoy! We've only just begun.
Seems like it's
You can't run!
Yep.
Well, neither can I.
Doing that. Okay. Luckily I can just... Okay. Nearly there. Okay. Okay. Oh, it seems I can't get that one until I get the water thing. Okay. Let me see. Here. Okay. Right. I'm gonna have to search thoroughly. Just to make sure I'm not missing anything. That But, and it's a good chance to figure out where some loot may be as well. Let's see. Okay.
No excuse for siding.
Not so hard!
So I'm gonna have to look at us from a safe distance.
Hey!
I see through you.
Not breaking a sweat.
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun.
No siding.
Well,
This should be fun.
about some other times since it's taken me way too long to search it. Okay.
Leave it all to me.
Got it. And then
Freeze. Escape.
Maybe I wasn't meant for this world. No one escapes my sight.
So sorry. Freeze. Prepare yourself. Leaving so soon.
I must leave no stone unturned.
okay.
Time to clean up.
You can't run from death.
Okay, that takes care of that. And then that. There. Check my phone yet again. Okay. Okay, I think I've gone long enough. Plus, I feel the need to rest up. And, you know, there's really nothing I can really do about that. So, it's probably best if I just played it safe and ended the live stream basically right now, so that way I can actually get some good few hours of sleep in and not having to worry about that would literally help me. That, and I need to give my mouth a break from all the talking I've been doing, so, you know, that's basically that. There's really not much I can really do about that, unfortunately. At least now without wasting a long time. So, yeah. I'll just have to continue some other time. And hopefully, once I have this live stream done and the side quests done, at least for the ones I know how to do, I won't need to worry necessarily too much, and then I can continue the story if the case need be. At least if I end the live stream early, I can get some rest for tomorrow's live stream. So the sooner I get to bed, the better. Hopefully you all enjoyed this live stream of Genshin Impact. And I will see you all tomorrow. So, goodbye.